Adam, good to see you again. It's been a while and always great to see you.
Hey, Cord, good to talk to you again too.
Well, joined here today, Adam McFadden, gentleman who worked with our company Endeavor Agency maybe about a year ago, I think is what it was, and had a successful outcome. So would love to hear a little bit about the role that you were working on and used Endeavor to help you land.
Yeah, thanks, Cord. So I'll start back in my background a little bit. Like I was kind of in a place in my career where I had been with the same company for a really long time and was able to grow my career and move around to different products and positions, but had gotten to a place where I'd hit a little bit of a ceiling, right? And was looking for like my what's next, my next endeavor, my next kind of forever home, but wasn't having any success on my own, and found the Endeavor team and worked with yourself and a couple of others to land a job as a senior client success manager at a startup firm in the education technology space.
Nice. What were some of those challenges? You hit the ceiling and you weren't quite getting over that hump for that next opportunity. What motivated you to say, I think maybe these guys can help me? What were you looking
Sure.
for?
Just through the process of having a couple of calls, initially, and explaining my why and what I was looking for, and like doing my own research on the back end to, look up some of your successes and some of your clients and some of your other testimonials, right? And knowing that you had kind of the expertise to help me maybe in gaps that I didn't even identify, whether that be my interviewing skills, my resume, how to really effectively search for a job. I hadn't had to do that in 15 years.
Right.
Everything was internal. So the world changed in those 15 years. It went from, going somewhere and handing somebody a resume and knocking on doors to very much in the virtual space, which was new, right? Even for somebody who's been around a while. So knowing that you had the expertise in that and seeing successes with others really is what led me to do.
And we hear that a lot. There's a lot of people who say, well, it's been 15, 20 years since I've last looked for an opportunity. So things have definitely changed.
Right.
What were the things that you found particularly interesting and valuable during our work together?
I really think the interview coaching, as being somebody who had conducted interviews for years and knowing what I looked for, sometimes it's hard to turn that lens again, not having to have interviewed myself for quite some time, having the lens turned back around and saying, hey, here's some things you can do to answer these types of questions better, to tell your story better, right? I found that like really transformational versus just to go into an interview with like, I'm just going to answer their questions. Like, no, kind of go into it with an agenda, right? And the story you want them to leave with and tell, like you can weave your experiences and your expertise into just about any question they had. Like to me, that was invaluable. And I think that opened up a lot of opportunities and a lot of doors throughout the interview process.
Yeah, and proactively bringing your story and your value versus waiting. That's awesome. You embraced that really well. I remember during the process.
Yeah.
Now you had some unfortunate news that happened just recently and reached out. If you could share a little bit about what happened there, and then what was the result of what we shared we could help you with.
Yeah. So as I mentioned before, when I left my former company that I'd been at for a long time, like I was looking for kind of my new forever home that I wanted to go work at for forever. But it was also, as I mentioned, it was a startup. And sometimes in the startup world, things take off and work out and things
start up and fall down.
Start up and fall down, right. But I was in a place where I was okay to and willing to take that risk because of what could happen, right? And it didn't. And that's what put me back in the market again, and reaching back out to you, Cord, and saying, hey, we worked together before. It's been almost a year. Let's talk about what we can do again, or is there anything you can do to help? And I really appreciated, you taking the time to have a conversation with me and offering up, to look at my resume again, update it with the stuff from my previous role. And then also, just being, even though we weren't officially working together anymore, just being kind of like that advisor and being a cheerleader and a coach as I'm out looking, right?
And we love doing that with all of our clients. Love to share that we're going to be there the rest of your career. So anytime you need an update to your resume, you just call us back. I was excited to hear before we got on. Is a few minutes late getting to our call, and I shared with my marketing guys. I hope it's an interview's running long, and he's in the middle of that. Good news, it sounded like it was.
It's exactly what it was.
Now, I know you've referred some people already to us in the past. What would you share with the next person that you're talking to as what could help them be successful with Endeavor?
Yeah, I think going in with the right mindset to knowing it really is truly a partnership. It's not a set it and forget it. Like Endeavor's not going to do all the work for you. Like it is your job search, right? So
Right.
you still have to do some legwork. Like have an Endeavor can help you with this, right? But formulate a plan, have a plan. What type of roles are you looking for? What type of companies are you looking for? And then use the expertise at Endeavor to help you navigate that, right? But you still have to have a plan. You can't come in and go, man, I don't know what I want to do next and expect outcome. Like you're still going to get what you put into it, but Endeavor's there to like partner, coach, and kind of really hold your hand throughout the process and be an advocate and a coach. I think is what I would say is what makes you the most successful.
Nice. Adam, thank you so much for taking the time to share your experience. Fingers are crossed for you on this latest interview, and please let us know as soon as you hear the positive news.
Absolutely. Thank you, Cord.
All right. Have a great day.
You.